So do you know why you're experiencing burnout? And if you do you actually know how to solve that problem? Now, what most people think is they think that they're taking too many actions. But that isn't the actual root of the problem. Those are the symptoms. Today, we're going to dive into the actual problem. If you're willing to go there with me, let's go. So welcome to Modern Leadership, where we help you see things differently. We help leaders build influence not only in their career and their business, but also at home. And we do that without sacrificing our family or our health. How we do that is quick tip videos on Monday and Thursdays and longer workshops on Saturdays to help you personalize this for your specific leadership role. If you're new, consider subscribing. And let's jump into today's topic. Now, having experienced burnout myself, I know how terrible that can feel. For me personally, it started with me overworking, spending all of my time, energy, and effort in my police career. I was taking away from my family and I was taking away from my health. It ultimately led to me developing shingles. That was the first indication that I needed to make a change. But guess what? I didn't. Fast forward a couple years, I ended up getting hospitalized and diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. Now, I don't say this to scare you. I just want you to know that this topic of burnout is real and it's serious. I don't want you to have to go through what I did, which is why today I want to share with you what the actual cause of burnout is and give you some different strategies throughout so that you can end burnout forever. Now, I'm not going to wait to the end of the video to tell you why. The reason why you're burning out is because you're not willing to change. Now, to some degree, you already knew that, but I want to explain exactly what causes us to feel like we can't change, because just knowing this is not powerful enough. I want to actually show you what will be. Now, there's this philosophy in life coaching called belief drives behavior. If you believe on some level that you have to continue to take the same actions you've been taking, you will never be able to convince yourself there's a different way. Now, I want to say that I see where your heart is. You want to make an impact, not only in your life and your families, but also in the world. But there's a different place that we need to come from, not from a place of overworking or continuing to add more to your plate. Now, I want to share 3 different beliefs that will get us to resist change. Now, these are a personal thing, which means they're different for every single person. Based off of the thousands of people that I've helped lead them through burnout, I've noticed that a lot of these things come down to these 3 specific areas. Now, at the end, I want you to identify the area you're going to be focusing on first. If there's multiple of these, you have to pick one and go all in. I don't want you to feel like this is not possible. Trust me, it is possible for you too. So the first thing that I was unwilling to change is I was unwilling to change my actions. So you've been taking a massive amount of action. Has your brain ever tricked you that you need to take more of that and that you're just this close to actually succeeding? Only that happens again and again and again and again. And you have this feeling like I'm almost there, but you continue to do the same thing and spin your wheels year after year. If that's the case, I want you to know that this is a belief that you have that we need to attack. And that belief is if action equals results, then more action equals more results. That is false, completely untrue. If this was the case, everybody who was a hard worker would have and see success. But that is not the truth. Instead, we need to change up some of those variables. How you can attack this belief is asking yourself, what is a way that I can produce more without having to do more? Or here's another one. How can I actually achieve more without it actually having to be done by me? Now, what you do is when you ask yourself a powerful question like this, you plant a seed of belief that it's possible for you. You don't need to have the answer now. You just have to plant the seed because it will present itself. Now, for me personally, how this actually manifested is where I found a very important part of my team, Kurt. If I wasn't willing to change the way that I was thinking, this video would not even be created for you. Not only would it not be created for you, it would be on no level like it is right now. So my willingness to be open to find somebody as powerful as Kurt gave me the ability of finding somebody who is just as passionate as me. Like they say, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. The number 2 way that I was not willing to change is I was not willing to change my mindset. If you're closed to any new opportunities, any new connections, any new possibilities, you'll be constantly stuck in the past. And let me tell you, the past is nowhere you want to be stuck in. This is when people have things that come up like, this is the way that we've always done it. This is what I was told specifically to do. If I try something new, everything is just going to fall apart. What's crazy is there was 1,000 answers that were out there, but I was not open to finding them. Some of these examples are the difference between working one-on-one versus working in a small group with somebody. Some of these answers had to do with growing my business exponentially, connecting with my family better, getting into incredible shape despite my autoimmune disease, finding ways in my career to advance to where I wanted to be. And I did this by attacking my unwillingness to challenge my mindset. I started to ask myself, who is somebody out there who's been able to accomplish this before? And how might I take on some of what they're doing so I too can achieve success? Another way that I ask this is I always ask myself, how can I achieve both with excellence? So instead of thinking I can only succeed in this area or this area, I combine them and I say, how can I excel at it all? On to number 3, which was I was unwilling to change who I was actually hanging out with. Do you know that who you hang out with is contagious? If you have good input, you will get good output. But if you have bad input, you will have bad output. Now, I'm not saying that there's good or bad people that are your friends. I'm saying that if you want to truly grow, if you truly want to be able to succeed, find people who want it equally as bad as you do. Some of the beliefs that hold us back here is I'm not a good friend if I leave somebody behind. I can't get out of this relationship because this person's a part of my family. Or how about this one? My blank isn't supportive. Whether it's my husband, my brother, my mom, my dad. Like as if somebody else has to support you on your mission. Remember, you never leave anybody behind. They just didn't decide to come along with you. Instead, ask yourself, who is it that I can connect with that wants this just as bad as I do? So which of these 3 things do you need to lean into? Is it time to change your actions? Is it time to change your mindset? Or is it time to change who you hang out with? I want to hear in the comments which one of these spoke loudest to you. Take on one at a time. You're probably wondering how you actually identify what you want and make sure it's in alignment with your actual values. Because I promise you, if what you actually want is not in alignment with your values, you will not put in the energy or the effort to get past it. I want you to check out this workshop that I recently did to help you identify what you really want and how to create a doable plan to get it. Don't forget to subscribe, join us Mondays and Thursdays for shorter videos, and keep leading from the front.